When it first came out, was this costing a lot of money? I mean, relative to what people were earning, was it one of those things where you're thinking, wow, this is a lot of money I was spending?
I mean, I think it was about £99, so it was a fair chunk. So what we're talking about, £160 today.
Okay.
But the hype around it was so immense that people had no problem spending that sort of money. They felt like it unlocked the future to them, so they just went out and bought it.
And just to delve a little deeper into what it unlocked, because I think that lots of people go, well, what could you do that you couldn't do on a computer before Windows 95?
I think it just made it more accessible. So you could do the stuff, but it was clunky, it was hard to get to places. Windows 95, you just booted straight into the operating system. You had the little start bar, which we still have today, down the bottom corner, which allowed you to access all your programs. It came with various programs you could use straight out of the box, and it allowed you to connect to the internet. You know, it just happened to coincide with this amazing thing called the internet, and people jumped on that, because before that it was much harder to connect up.
And that was the turning point, wasn't it, in terms of knowledge, accessibility, communication?
It changed things completely, and Microsoft tried to run with that and build it directly into the operating system at one point. So you had the background was a browser at one point, so it was kind of like a whole new world, and they understood that people were excited about it.
So you know your stuff. Where does this marker about Windows 95 lie in relation to technology and the really significant moments along the way, right up to today? Where does it sit?
I mean, it's quite high just because it popularized the user interface. If you think from like 85 to 95, not much changed in computing. From a lot changed in computing from 85 to 95 because we got that. But from 95 up until now, Windows hasn't really changed. You could give someone a copy of Windows 95 today, they could still use it. It's pretty much the same as what we use every day. So it's fairly high up.
So in technology terms, that's an extraordinary achievement, isn't it? Because normally things are, almost immediately outdated, and they're improved and redundant almost.
It's comparable to, Apple releasing the iPhone and making it user-friendly and accessible. Because all phones are based on the iPhone now. Everyone uses them. And before that point, they were all different types of ways you'd get into the interface.
And are there bits of kit related to this that are now worth a lot of money? Is there a kind of collector industry around some of these things?
Yeah, huge. I mean, it's maybe not so much the software, because Windows 95, there was loads of copies sold, so they're everywhere. But, the old tech associated with them, the old computers, they die.